Romania's most well-known brand has nothing to do with nature. To be honest, the most famous creature from this country is the undead. Thanks to Bram Stoker, the whole world knows that Transylvania, which is part of Romania, is the homeland of Count Dracula. Vlad Tepes, a medieval lord according to folk legend, turned into a vampire. And the author took full advantage of this myth, with which this country has been so widely identified. Well, the hunt for bloodsuckers and ghouls is beyond my skills, so let's go looking for the living symbol of Romania. In fact, we could try to find the living embodiment of the romantic bloodsucker, a bat. Luckily, in the Carpathian Mountains, there are plenty of caves where these winged animals live. But let's not forget about bats from the start. First of all, I'm afraid of them. Not because, oh, a bat, but because they carry diseases. But the main reason is that Mr. Stoker gave them such a bad reputation. In fact, the local bats, unlike their overseas relatives, don't drink any blood, and Romanians themselves hardly go around thinking about those gloomy bats. The Danube Delta is considered a bird paradise. Here, near the sea, among numerous lagoons, channels, lakes, and wetlands, nearly all the ornithological fauna of Europe finds a place for nesting or resting during migration. It's like a resort for all birds living near water. There are 166 species here, and 159 of them are migrating. They don't nest in the delta but only spend the winter here. More than 1 million birds. Well, bird watching is nothing new to me. Let's see who's catching all the fish here. I can already see the main culprit. This is a heron. This bird is far from being rare, and here in Romania the population is one of the biggest. Yet it's still interesting. Herons don't migrate. Well, they can move a bit to the south, but they don't do seasonal migration. Why should they migrate after all? The bird has good cold tolerance, the water doesn't freeze here, and it's got an ample food supply. This bird eats anything that moves. It'll eat fish and frogs too. In fact, it can eat anything. Herons hunt in the shallows in a very curious way. Maybe we'll be lucky enough to see it. They go into the water, kick everything around with their legs, and the fish goes up. As simple as that. Herons are such gluttons, it's not clear at what time of the day they are most active. They are hungry all of the time, so you can see a heron fishing even at night. Heron's mating ritual is quite interesting as well. When a heron wants to find a mate, its legs turn red. And the greater the attraction, the redder the legs get. The male starts building a nest, and in the midst of the construction work, it invites a female heron over. Mind you, girls, on no account can a female fly into the nest without an invite. If she brings some sticks to help the male heron, he may even kick it away. The male is sure not to like it. That's why it's better to come at the very end of the process, just to look around. Move something according to the rules of feng shui, that kind of thing. In this case, the male will be happy to see the female. In Romania, the heron is called batlan. Don't confuse it with a cormorant, which can be found here as well. Beautiful birds. Yet the locals consider them a nuisance. Do you know why? Well, because they are very voracious. They have a hearty appetite. Each of these nice cormorants can easily eat 3 kilos of fish in the blink of an eye. In fact, these are young birds. They're small. Shh, this one is the bravest. Stop, stop, little hungry thing. It thinks I've come here to feed it. It's absolutely not afraid. However, my old friends, the pelicans have turned up as well. I remember very well how they were hiding from me on that little island. Apparently, the weather has improved, along with their mood. Wow, I guess I've never seen so many pelicans, even in Bulgaria. These birds are too big to be called pelicans. They are gigantic, look. Oh, these birds are cunning. By the way, people here call them smugglers. I guess they have set off to Ukraine. Why? For fish. Smugglers. They catch fish over there in Ukraine and bring it here to Romania to feed their babies. Pelican migration. Too beautiful for words. This pelican colony is the biggest in Europe, and I'm not surprised at it. The food supply is the main thing which the bird population depends on. Oh, they are so noisy. It seems something is attracting them to that place. They appear to be looking for something.
Ah, water caltrops, also called lingnuts. That's what they found.
What are they looking for? Can we find them as well?
We can.
This is not just a swamp from what I can see. Magic lingnuts grow here. This is a lingnut, isn't it? Lingnut, that's what we call this plant, though it's not a nut. Its scientific name is Trapa natans. It's called the water caltrop based on its appearance. What's a caltrop? Well, I'll let you look that one up. The main thing is the fruit of the plant, of course, and the geese definitely share this opinion. They say geese come here before winter. They eat these nuts, build up fat for the winter, and feel okay. Why not us, too? Can I taste it? May I? Mmm. Amazing. It's just...
Help yourself.
And you?
No.
No, it's really good. Really, tastes like an almond. Well, that's a good lunch. All in all, you can live well on the Danube. The river supports everybody, not just the geese. It's amazing that given the variety of birds here, they do not feature in Romanian folk legends. Well, they do have some common superstitious beliefs, yet there is a bird here which was considered sacred almost all over Europe. The Romanians were taken in by its charisma as well. Oh, so lovely. This is the most beautiful bird we've seen here. Amazing swans. Though they don't differ much from geese, you know. Even their lifestyle is the same. Yet appearance is everything. I can see white ones. There must be black swans somewhere here as well. The swan has always been featured in romantic fairy tales and fantasy, so I actually feel strange describing it as a normal species of bird. But the truth is swans are large, very strong, and so clumsy on land that they prefer to stay in the water most of the time. In Romania, they certainly have a lot of tales about swans, and all those are ultimately of Greek origin. The most interesting is the legend that tells us that swans are in fact beautiful maidens who shed their white feathers at secret lakes, waiting for young men to find them, and a lot of trouble as well. Yet I seem to have spent too much time here by the water. In the end, Romania is not only the Danube Delta, but the Carpathians as well. Sialau National Park is located on the mountain of the same name. The landscape is changing dramatically. I'm sure I'll find some wonderful creatures among the mighty tree trunks and mysterious cliffs. This place is really mystical. Here you can even find animals which many believe long ago went extinct. Large and heavy, these have not been seen in the wild in Europe for a century. They're called bison, the last wild bulls. I think I see 3 of them over there grazing. Long ago, bison dominated these lands, literally. It was the strongest animal and the most dangerous to farmers. Strange as it may sound, it was not wolves or bears, but bison that competed with people for pasture. Not only did they trample and eat up the crops, but they also attacked us feeble bipeds, who drove the gigantic bulls out to the wastelands. In the end, the bison lost the battle. Gigantic as they may be, they were no exception to the rule that brain always beats brawn in nature. By the way, here in the Carpathians, there once lived a separate Transylvanian Carpathian species of bison. But in the 18th century, they all disappeared. And long ago, these lands were inhabited by another species of bull, the wild aurochs. Curiously enough, the Romanian coat of arms depicts the head of an aurochs, though some think it's a bison. There is some uncertainty here. I suggest asking experts whether it's an aurochs or a bison. Obviously, you shouldn't be too loud here, as these animals can startle easily. They are not tame. It's a wonderful place, a bison reserve. Soren, a local ranger, really loves his animals. We have a dilemma here. On the Romanian coat of arms, there is a part of the country of Moldova where we can see the head of either a bison or an aurochs. Encyclopedias interpret it both ways. What is it, in fact?
Of course, it's an oryx. Despite some obvious likeness, the curve of the upper quarter of the horn indicates that this is not a bison, but an oryx, which used to be quite widespread here. It's another North European species of bull, not bison.
But that doesn't make the bison any less important to Romania. Today, the country is running a program to create a viable population in the wild. Here's the story. They released 23 bison. 6 were born in the wild, and these 6 gave birth to 4 more bison. Until those 4 grow up, they aren't officially counted. But if everything goes well, eventually there will be 33 bison.
And we hope their population will grow to such an extent and will widen its range so that they will form a corridor to the bison in the Ukrainian reserve. That way we will enrich the gene pool.
In general, well, I'm eager to call the bison the symbol of Romania. These are big and beautiful animals, and they are present on the coat of arms, in some way. Yet there are too few here, just a small number. So we'd better continue our search, and I wish you luck. Let there be more bisons in Romania. Among the hoofed mammals here in Romania, bison are the most outstanding, I'd say. Yet not the most visible, in fact. I've seen so many horses while I was touring the country that I guess I should have taken a closer look at them. I wonder what breed this horse is. I think it's a common workhorse. In villages, nobody was interested in breeding in the sense that we use the term. A horse that isn't picky about its food, is healthy and has a good temper, that means the horse is good. No one demanded any speed from them, to say nothing of their appearance. Like they say, the color of your car doesn't have anything to do with its performance. What breed is this, I wonder? Huh? What breed is it?
A local breed.
Is it yours?
What do you think?
What a wild breed.
Ugh, whoa, stand still. Would you like to have a ride? Oh, could you help me?
Yes, for sure.
Whoa, whoa.
Thank you. Wow, just look at this. In fact, horses are part of Romanian history. The location of the country ensured the constant movement of peoples through here. Moreover, the oldest cartwheel was found here in Romania, and it dates back to the 5th millennium BC. The Neolithic age, nothing at all. No states, no history, no money system. Yet some caring father made a toy for his child, a toy with spinning wheels. It means that even then, they had animal-drawn transport, using which I made it to a very interesting house. Oh, thank you. Oh, it's a real farm. Hello, I'm Elia.
I'm Bianca.
Bianca, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Is that all yours?
Yes, and the horses as well. This is Mandro.
Gosh, so warm. For now, Bianca runs a small stable, but she's pretty ambitious. She's recently taken on the task of improving the Romanian horse breeds.
This is a young male. He's only 7 years old. I bought him last year along with another stallion.
Ouch, he bit me. The thing is that Romania has a separate law governing breeding. There are a huge number of horses of unknown breeds and types here. Technically, such a horse should be taken to a thoroughbred stallion. Well, to build up at least some traits of the breed. But how can this law be followed in a village?
Most horses in this area are like that one, you know. This one is different. He's from Transylvania.
It's a completely different animal. You won't find a horse like that in villages. He's a real beauty. He's eating my hand. Ouch.
He's a really loving creature.
What do you mean? Like some Casanova?
No, he's tender. Affectionate, gentle.
Oh, so you're tender.
He's very tender.
Yes, sweetie, you're so sweet, so warm. Anyone would want to kiss you. A real prince.
Prince Charming.
I found my prince. I love farms like that. And in Romania, I guess they're all like that, where animals are cocky and at the same time friendly. The only quarrelsome horse here is Moshu, or Moses, who seemingly has the right to express his own opinion. He's 40 years old. I had to ask about that again as I thought I'd heard it wrong. He's like the Old Testament prophet who guided his people through the desert for 40 years.
He's my soul. For me, Moshu is a perfect horse.
Are you friends?
Yes, we are. When I feel bad, I come to him. He always knows how to comfort me.
That's for sure. It's not for nothing that therapeutic horse riding is so widespread now. Bianca dreams of opening a center of her own one day to help special needs children. She's already got 3 ponies. First, I took them for the famous Hucul pony, a local indigenous breed with a long history. There was a unique practice of domestication in place here. Yes, 7,000 years ago, these lands were inhabited by wild horses. You may say, surely the nomads had already domesticated the horse by then. Yes, but the horses were wild until people started to break them. It was a different story here. As winters are hard here, the climate is harsh, and there are no steps as you can see. That's why horses were raised in stables. Colts were fed with cow's milk. Just imagine, from the very beginning of their life, horses here were domesticated. Family horses. Why are they so small? This is a special breed of pony. By the way, descendants of those horses can be still found in Romania. There are farms which are only involved in breeding the Hucul ponies, which are usually calm with a good disposition. According to the legend, the Hucul ponies trace their ancestry back to the now extinct Carpathian tarpan. These little things are still very similar to their wild ancestors. But no, it's just a Moldovan stallion, and that red beauty is from Hungary. They look quite similar, though. As for the ancient Romanian horses, they have striped legs, a dark stripe on their back, and about the same height. Such darlings. While the farm owner was boasting about her beautiful 3-year-old Stella, the future mother of thoroughbred horses, I was trying to find out if a horse is really worth the money on a modern farm.
If a horse doesn't work, it doesn't make any profit. Yet keeping a horse is really expensive.
No, I haven't come across anything like a consumer attitude to animals in this country. For Romanians, animals seem to be considered true friends, who deserve love irrespective of their appearance or character, who you work, rest, and have fun with. Apparently, horses have topped the list of these trusted companions for several thousand years already. Here in Romania, these honest yet modest horses are still a fully fledged means of transport, horse-drawn transport. You know, against this beautiful Romanian landscape, they look much more harmonious and definitely greener than modern cars. You won't see anything like that in any other developed European country. And you know what? I really think the horse is the best living symbol of Romania.